What a beautiful day to have a baby. Congratulations, Daisy, and welcome to the world, little heifer calf. She is an up and atom little calf. She's right with the world, which is lovely to see. Daisy is a real good mom, and I never get sick of that noise that she makes when she's cleaning off her calf, when she's talking to it. She talks to it all the time. That being said, Daisy has some undesirable situations. She's got a really bulbous udder and teats, which is going to take a lot of work for this little calf to get stuck onto. But the way this calf is up and at 'em and wanting to live and wanting to find something to nurse on, I don't think she's going to have a problem. Daisy's calves usually nurse off the right side versus the left first, just because those left teats are so big and bulbous that it takes them a hot minute to get stuck onto it. But man, when they do, it's game on, because she gives gobs and gobs and gobs of milk. This is a milky, milky cow and raises really big, strong calves. Congratulations, Mama. Hello, baby.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, just figured I'd interrupt your normally programmed videos from my wife Erin, and let's start a little spin-off. It's Wild Workshop. Today we're going to finish putting together some brakes and get them in the 190 XD Allis Chalmers and see if we can get something going. There I can.
Go ahead.
Well, I got one side done already, and yeah, it's been a learning experience. I bought a riveter for my brake shoes so I could put new pads on them. That was the first time I've ever done that. Really wasn't that difficult. The tool makes it pretty slick. I was pretty impressed. Well, this side came apart pretty well. Alright, got the anchor pin in. And from there, I don't know if you just want to come around the backside.
Yeah.
Alright, well, this is the brake housing. This right here. It's kind of weird how these brakes work. I was very surprised when I took them apart. They have a band that goes around a drum, and then once the drum is stopped, two pads in either direction, because they're on little puck things with a metal ball in the middle, and the two halves come together and they're springed. They got springs between the two, so that way when the brakes apply and the drum stops, the axle keeps turning, because obviously you're trying to stop the vehicle. So it'll keep turning, which will split those that assembly apart. And here's one brake surface, and the other one is on the cover. That's why the cover is so heavy duty. So it's basically two sets of brake action. It's pretty sweet. Alright, well, you got the anchor pin in. I don't know if you guys can see any of this. I'm probably just wasting my time. This whole working 40 hours and trying to farm on the side, you know, most of the time you're doing a lot of your work with headlamps, because that's about as good as you get. Hey, Sweetness, you go grab me the drum assembly that's on the bench in there, so I can show these lovely people what's going on.
Yeah, good.
All right, well, this is what I was talking about here, because it's got a drum where the band here rides on. Now when it stops this drum, the axle, which is right here, is following the momentum of the tractor and the wheels, notices that it's still rotating because this band didn't stop it. So then this piece keeps rotating, and it's got 4 balls underneath here that are on ramps, and then when it turns, These things turn out, and it's got a pad on the back and the front. So that's what I was talking about. If there was any confusion, leave it in the comments. I would love to answer questions. You know.
So Greg does the tractor fixing mechanic type work, and I do the mechanic type work on the critters, I guess you could say.
There we go. That fits on there. Just wunderbar for us German-speaking people. All right. All right. Next step. Oh, the dogs are.
Quietly.
The dogs are just awesome tonight. They're having all sorts of fun. Spread some anti-seize on the adjuster bolt. The stuff that, for some reason, as soon as you touch it, you turn into the Tin Man because it gets everywhere.
It does. It's no joke.
It's wonderful stuff.
It's not so wonderful.
And then you stick this in here, and it screws into your brake linkage. As soon as it starts. Oh, no, not quite yet. Come on, buddy. There we go.
Such concentration.
Yeah. Concentration. All right. Next thing I need is if you could find where I put those little baggies with the springs in.
Why do you do the springs?
It's like a sealed from factory type baggie.
Yeah, I gotcha. AC, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. My lovely assistant will hand me the springs.
Those are yeah.
These are the return springs for the.
These are the springs he's talking about. If you want a part number, there you go.
Yeah.
For anybody that might be doing this job like we are.
It's the first time doing it. I mean, this is kind of unique.
Where's it hooking into?
It goes through the casing and it actually anchors. It's kind of cool how it flares out at the bottom. See how it gets bigger at the bottom, flares out? So that way, when it goes through the hole, it doesn't pull through, and then it hooks right to the brake shoe.
And that's what holds everything out, away from it?
Okay, now that we have a better view, I tried with the pliers right here, trying to pry it up into this. I mean, it's really hard to see. But right up, it hooks right to this shoe. I struggled a little bit. And then finally figured out that I could stick a screwdriver through the hole and press it up. Oh, come on now. Be nice to me. You're making me look dumb. Anyways, it's up there. It just has to fall in its home. There we go. It pops right in. Alright, well the next one comes from this side. From the top angle. Same deal. They're kind of lined up kind of square-like. And square-like, come on now. Don't too much. There we go. Then you just pry her down. Push this up so it's a little... What the heck is going on now? Well, apparently something's not right. Probably because I was ahead of myself. Come on, dude. Let's get this assembly out of my way again. Get this adjustment bolt that I so nicely threaded in out. Let's try it again. There, I got a little more manipulation to it. Find the hole. Come on, buddy. Where are you? There you go. See how you just press it down and over. Apparently the second motion. There it goes. Perfect. Fits right in there like a glove. Alright, next step, put your drum back on. Come on. There we go. It's in there now. Come back to the adjustment bolt again. Get that started. that's pretty much it. Now you just adjust this until you start snugging up your shoes. I can't remember exactly the measurement they're wanting. I'm pretty sure it's kind of personal preference. I mean, half inch on the pedal, depending on what you're wanting. It's getting pretty far down there. That might be pretty good. All right, next step is the cover.
Greg was telling me the other day that the fins that are on this cover are to help with cooling.
Yeah, it's a little extra metal, little added metal on there, so it takes the heat, and then the wind coming past it kind of cools it down. The earlier models didn't have those fins. It was just a solid flat plate. So I guess I got the churched up version a little bit. So, sorry for church going people. It's just the way I talk. Don't mean to offend anybody. Get in there.
Is that a Greg manufactured hole for that bolt?
It looks almost, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, you turd. I don't like you anymore. Apparently I make the hole big enough. I mean, the manufacturer didn't make the hole big. Let's modify. There we go. Yeah, when I put this cab on there, these holes were sealed off. And I didn't realize it was a big deal until I tried to do this job. And one bolt goes through this hole, which was blocked. As you can see, I engineered it a little bit. And one bolt came this way, which the cab mount was right here, so I had to take that off. So, I mean, all the nice little pretty comfortable add-on stuff I put on made this job a lot harder than it should have been. But, you know, I'm in the home stretch. Can't complain now. Just hope it works when I'm done.
Are you going to complain if it doesn't work when you're done?
No, I'll probably do it before I put the cab mount on, so that way it's less to take off. It should work though. I mean, mechanical. It's not like computer and software and stuff like that.
Are you pretty good at mechanical stuff?
Decent, I would say. Fair, above average.
Don't want to toot your own horn, but maybe possibly.
Yeah. I fix stuff for a living. I work on semi-tractor trailers. Normally just the tractors, Peterbilt, but other brands as well. Keeping the truckers on the road, they say.
And at home working on the tractors.
Yep, keeping the farm moving.
Greg is Wild Ass Farms resident mechanic.
The only.
Emphasis on resident.
Yeah, I buy, repair, everything that's needed with the equipment. Which sometimes gets to be a lot more to chew than I can really take on myself.
Well, and I mean, in the grand scheme of things, when you're looking at starting a farm or getting into something similar to what we're doing, you don't start with the brand new stuff that just rolled off the show floor. You start with some things that maybe are cast off from other people.
Geriatric, if there's not a better word.
Yeah. And then you just kind of fix it up as you can and maybe possibly get into something a little bit better or just keep what you already have. It's a affordable way to do this versus the non-affordable way for everything to be new and everything to be high-tech.
Everything to be new would be awesome if you could afford it.
Yeah.
You know, people try razzing me, you know, about buying and keeping orange tractors. You know, because everybody seems to be into John Deere. You know, I have nothing against John Deere. John Deere makes a quality product, but the normal man like me can't afford it. Or, I can afford a loan on one, but one tractor doesn't do much.
It doesn't run the farm.
No, so yeah, it's like I said. I like orange, red. You know, some Olivers. I don't know much about them, but
I think the Fords are pretty, but then that
Fords,
comes from
Fords are all right
that comes from the non-mechanical side saying that they're pretty.
because they're blue.
Yeah, I have an affinity for blue.
Yeah, well, that is. You guys missed the fun part of putting the shoes on, but you know, who knows? It might fail, and you guys can see it on another time. Anyways, well, thanks for hanging out with me at Wild Repair. We'll see you next time. Yeah, hopefully I have a lot better year. Seamless. That's what I'm hoping for. Apparently that's an important stick.
I guess so.
That's the thorny.
That's that buckthorn. Yeah.
You know I'm